Hey, hi, and welcome to A Taste of Fusion. Today, I'm making a Mediterranean-inspired menu. Well, that means a lot of color, a lot of flavor, and it's going to be simply delicious. I'm starting off with a glorious pasta salad in which I'm incorporating bell peppers, a little bit of fruit, and some paneer or cottage cheese. For my main course, well, I'm doing a little roast lamb because that's truly Mediterranean, and of course doing my fruit fusion because I love doing that. For dessert, we're starting off with fruit again, and I'm going to incorporate a little biscuit, a little fresh cream, and it's going to be utterly delicious. Well, I hope so. But now it's time to go get my veg, get back to the kitchen, and get fusing. Right, so we're ready to get started with our fabulous appetizer, which is a glorious pasta salad. It's quite easy, but it's got a number of different steps in it. Now, first thing, I have here about half a packet of pasta that I've boiled, 8 minutes. It's al dente, it's just ready. First things, I'm going to drizzle in some extra virgin olive oil. And this should be about 3 tablespoons. Next step, grab a teaspoon, and I'm going to put in half a teaspoon of red chili flakes, half a teaspoon of thyme. In that goes. And that's it for the time being. Next, I'm going to put in some cottage cheese or paneer. It's fat-free and it's very, very good. Now what this will do is it'll give the pasta the salt it requires, so I'm not actually going to put in salt. So I'm going to take half a packet of paneer, break it up with my spoon, and just plunk it in like so. Then I'm going to grab a couple of handfuls of mint and keep them whole, a couple of handfuls, big green leaves in there. And then some fabulous Kalamata olives. I like using olives and I think it gives a lot of color and it's the essence of Mediterranean food, so to say. So I'm just going to take about 8 or 10 olives, just put them in like so. There we go. Then I'm going to grab a spoon and just mix it all up. Now this is all mixed in really well. I'm just going to put this to the side. Next step, grab a pan like so, and into this pan I am going to drizzle in about 3.5 tablespoons of olive oil, enough to coat the base quite well. I'm going to take a pot of garlic, give it a bash, and then slice it quite fine because I want the garlic to come through, and I'm going to put that straight in. Then I've got this lovely bell pepper and of course the lovely greenery coming together. I've just made thin strips of it. I'm going to put in half a bell pepper. And then glorious plums. Now I've chosen hard plums so you know they'll work well with the cooking and they won't break down and make a jam out of themselves, and they'll actually retain their shape. Very simple. I just took the plum, I chopped the seed out, and I've got these lovely halves going on here. So I'm going to put in about 4 plums. Next step, half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of red chili flakes, half a teaspoon of thyme, and finally, nice lugs of balsamic vinegar. Right, now all you need to do is fry this up. So I'm going to get my pan on a medium-high heat and just let it start sizzling. Okay, so as it starts sizzling up and your balsamic starts evaporating, just lift it up, give it a good shake. Make sure that your spices aren't burning. Turn the heat down. And next, you add in 2 teaspoons of brown sugar. What this will do is it'll help ease all those flavors out of the thyme. And you won't get that, you know, stinging in the back of your throat with the balsamic vinegar. So mix that in. Next step, I have some onion that I minced up. I'm going to put in about 4 onions worth, nicely thinly minced. So in that goes. This at the end because the onion is so tiny, I don't want it to overcook and caramelize too quickly. Fantastic. Give it a good stir. Don't move your spoon around too hard because you don't want the plums to break down, so be quite gentle with it. Almost there. Last step, we're going to take half a lemon and squeeze that juice in. Again, mix it in gently. That's it. 6 minutes and you are done. Turn the heat off and put this aside to rest. Basically, you're going to infuse it with your pasta just when your guest comes, so all the flavors are fresh and have not been soaked in completely. Now it's time to prep our main course. Right, now for our main course, which is a glorious roast lamb. Well, not lamb, but mutton, because that's what we get here. And it's a shoulder of mutton, or dusty, as it's known in the market. Very easy to get. And what I've done is I've had little pieces of botis, or little small chopped up pieces made out of it. Now, very simply, put this to the side. I'm going to grab my oven dish. Straight in, one shoulder of lamb, or mutton, as we call it. Spread it around evenly. Try to put the bone bits on the outside because they actually create all the juices in the stew which get into the center and help the cooking process. Okay, next step, a little olive oil, straight on. Make sure your meat is evenly coated. Then I have some ginger that I sliced up. So in goes 1.5 pods of ginger, or 1.5 tablespoons, finely shredded, like so. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some pods of garlic, but I'm not going to chop them. I'm going to keep them whole, and I'm going to put in about 6 pods of garlic in 1.5 kg of meat. Next, I have sliced up some carrots in this glorious little diagonal fashion. Very, very simple. You just take your knife and diagonally cut the carrot. I'm going to throw them in, 1 carrot. Little roast veg. Must have your veg on the side. Next, I have here some mango, which is the fruit of the season and it's the king of all fruit. So in goes some mango. This will enhance the flavor of the meat, add a natural sweetness. So in goes 1 mango that I chopped up. I'm not ending it there. I'm also going to put in some plums. Again, hard plums. I've got 3 of them. I'm going to layer them in. Then 1 large tablespoon of whole grain mustard. I'm just going to put that in the center right now because I'm not done with it, so don't panic. Next, grab a teaspoon, and in goes 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of coriander seeds, and finally 1 teaspoon of coriander powder. Right at the end, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, not too much. Move everything around. Make sure that the mustard is getting smushed all over. Now, last steps. I'm going to grab some water, and I'm just going to put about 1/2 cup of water in, simply because this will help keep the meat tender and create the sauce. And last but not least, 1/2 cup of milk. Mix it in. Everything in the center, so, and right on top, I'm going to take a little bit of mint and just break that in. I will, of course, put fresh mint in later on. Next, we're going to do 2 things. I've got some lemons here, but I'm not going to take their juice out. I'm actually just going to put them in with the meat. What they will do is they will cook. Now, when they come out, I won't serve them per se, but they'll have released their flavors through and through the meat. And of course, because it still has its peel on, it'll be much warmer. You'll get this distinctive sort of lemon rind taste. So 2 lemons in there like so. Then what I've done here is I've got some tomatoes, which I've just scooped the insides out. I'm just going to cover the meat with that. And last but not least, some glorious little onions. I'm going to put in 3 onions on the side. Last, some foil. On goes my foil. And my dish is ready for the oven, which has been preheating at 180 degrees, gas mark 7. And I'm going to pop this in there for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Right, so that's in the oven for 1 hour, 15 minutes. Now it's time to do dessert. Okay, now to get things started, get your pan on a high heat and very quickly throw in your fruit. Now I have 6 apricots here, which I've taken the seeds out, with 6 plums, taken their seeds out, and I've cut up 1 mango into little bits. In it goes, all together. What I'm going to do is create this glorious little mixed fruit version of our own on a Taste of Fusion and do a lovely soft trifle with it. So let it start sizzling. Now as the mangoes start catching at the bottom, this is when you have to add in about 200 mils of water. Very gently. Not too much though, because you don't really want that much juice in there. You want the fruits to release their own juices, not have extra external juice coming in. Now whilst this is sizzling, let me grab a spoon. Here I have some jaggery or gur. I'm going to put in 2 tablespoons of this gur / jaggery into my mix. Okay, so mix this up. Let the water start evaporating. Remember, you've just got to soften the fruit. Don't bash it too much. That's mixing up well. Now, I'm going to throw in a handful of pistachios, also because pistachios are part of the Mediterranean menu. And just let them simmer. Right, now it's been about 3 to 4 minutes of letting the water evaporate, and you've almost come to that point. Just give it a couple of nice moves that way. And finally, 2 teaspoons of jaggery right at the end. Now what this will do is it'll help take away that extra moisture and caramelize the fruit perfectly so it's ready for its construction. Give your apricots a little whirl. Yes, they're still holding their structure, but they've softened quite a bit, and that's what you want, because the mango and the plum will break down immediately and you will get the rust or the, the syrup from that. 1 or 2 stirs, and that's in 5 minutes you're done. Just turn the heat off and let that cool. Now for the next step, in a small frying pan, get it on a medium heat and immediately put in about 250 grams of butter, like so, and let that melt. Break the butter down and evenly move it around so it doesn't start burning or it doesn't start cooking, but it starts melting like so. So whilst that's melting, you need to have together some biscuit crumb. Now I usually use digestive biscuits, or I create a biscuit crumb with egg, milk and flour. Now simple digestive biscuits, 500 grams of those straight in to your pan with the butter. Mix it together and let the biscuit fry a little so you can smell that digestive, that flour coming up to you. That's what you want. Now into this as well, I'm going to put in about 1 tablespoon of the jaggery. And I don't mind if the jaggery does not sort of blend in completely and you get little sugary bits, because gur on its own, cooked a little bit with a little butter, is just delicious. Now because I want this to become quite soft and I don't want it to retain that biscuit thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour in a tiny bit of milk. 100 mils of milk, lift my pan off the flame and just mix that in. Alright, so that's it. Turn the flame off and let that cool slightly, and now go grab 2 glasses in which to construct this fantastic dessert. Okay, so I've got 2 glasses here. Now, very simply, I'm going to take some of the biscuit, put it in the base like that. And this is ready to cool and go into the fridge, and when you serve it, just put a little fresh cream on top and it should be utterly delicious. Well, this goes into the fridge and then it's time to plate up. Right, and we are ready to eat finally, and I'm joined by the dashingly handsome Aswar Hema.
Oh my God.
All right, so Aswar, I have put together a very interesting Mediterranean-esque fusion menu for you today.
Fantastic, looks very nice.
So why don't I start you off with the appetizer, which is basically a cold pasta salad, because you know, cold pasta salads, they're light, they're refreshing, and this was created in different layers.
All right.
So the pasta is quite bland, and this is the chutpata bit.
Okay.
Go for
So
it.
why don't you give me this bite?
No, I can't give you this cold bite. You have to take it. I'll make you a lovely cold, warm bite.
Yeah, why don't you, please?
Hang on 1 second. This is a first on a taste of fusion, baby.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's give you get some of this yummy stuff on it.
Now watch out, a slide on Dawn News.
Taste of
A scandal. Layers and layers of taste. It's a little tangy.
Yeah, that's the fruit because the fruit is releasing its own vinegars, its own sugars, caramelizing and mint.
Oh, lovely. It tastes fantastic. So what's the recipe? You don't tell the recipe on
Oh,
TV?
well, you have to watch the show, darling,
Oh, all right.
to get the recipe. But don't worry, I'll give you the recipe. It's fine.
Oh, it
It's
tastes
super easy.
fantastic. It's slightly tangy. And the pasta is neutralizing the flavor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and
there
you
you
know,
go.
there's a little hint of spice in it as well.
Yeah,
It's not very spicy. People must try it at home, and especially it's for the fitness freak. If you want to have a day off, just go ahead with a little carbs. They won't do much harm to you.
Oh, there we have it. A stamp of approval from the chap himself, the dashing dude himself.
You don't embarrass me here.
Oh, shut up. Okay, now I'm going to take away the carbs from you and
Yeah.
move you on to the main course. Hang
Fantastic,
on.
super.
Now this is basically roasted lamb, very little oil.
Okay, olive
but
oil.
Olive oil, always.
That's like a big, gigantic bite.
Chunk.
Oh man. Please edit if it looks really ugly.
Of course, don't worry about it.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I love the taste of mutton. It's mutton.
Yeah, it's mutton.
You know what? I think it's a little sweet. It has a
Yeah.
little sweet flavor to it.
But that's,
slight, very
but
slight.
that's because there was a little bit of mango in there too. Plum and mango and ginger. And now, when you put it all together, you get the flavor.
It's mango and ginger.
Yeah.
Which I
Killer.
taste. And you know what? The best thing about this food is that, you know, it's guilt-free food. I won't be guilty after eating it, right? My instructor would be happy. It's okay, dude. Because, you know, we don't find very creative people when it comes to cooking. Because most of the food channels even, they stick to salans and they stick to halims and most of that.
You see, I say have all that, but within that,
Yeah.
find all these different flavors, these spices.
But
I
you know,
mean,
one thing that's good about your show, and that is that, you know, whatever you eat, you stay fit. See, it's very important. A lot of people, you know, whenever I'm meeting new people, you know, the general comment which women are looking for, how does my dress look?
Yeah, well.
Oh, you know, how's the dress or whatever. See, it's
Yeah.
never the dress, it's always your body. Your body has to be really nice because, you know, that didn't carry off everything. What do you say?
Oh, well, I don't know.
Because you've got a good body.
Well, so do
why.
you.
That makes the two of us.
I think we must be doing something right, you know, but anyway. So now let me try and destroy that beautiful body of yours.
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
Just going for that. Oh my
Let's
God.
forget about all the
Forget
introduction
about
and whatever
everything.
that's in it, and let's just go
Just
ahead
go.
with it. Oh, it's divine. I love it. I'll tell you something I can. It's got that wheat biscuit in it, some
Yeah.
wheat biscuit, fruit, some strawberry, cream,
No,
some ice cream.
no. Basically, the secret of this lovely fusion-esque, trifle-esque dessert is that it's got some apricot, it's got some plum, it's got a little mango, it's got a little gourd or jaggery,
I love good.
and it's then got the digestive biscuit. You're very right in that, but it's just got biscuit crumb, which has been heated with a little.
Peanuts.
No peanuts. It's just been heated with a little butter. And then I've layered it so it starts soaking up the juices up and down. And then I just put a little fresh cream on top, and that's it. Voila, you're done. Dessert is done,
You
baby.
can have it on the first Sunday of every month. It's okay.
It's fine. So you keep
fine.
that beautiful body. I mean, a little sin is good for you, I say.
It's all right. Seriously, you know what? It's soothing my mind. Honestly.
Well, you know, it's a little sugar bar. I'm going to let you carry on eating this, and I'm going to let you guys go away now and try to conjure up this dessert for yourself. And I have him all to myself now, and it's a lovely evening. So, thank
Take
you.
care of yourselves. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye.
Okay, that's it. But remember, if you want to see me fuse anything or have any comments, write in on fusion@dawnnews.tv. From both of us, take care. Khuda Hafiz. Bye-bye. There you go. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.